Hello, everyone. Welcome to Praise the Run, episode 37, I think. Um, it's time for a podcast. That's enough. That's enough, dog. Quit.
Yeah, we know you're excited about Praise the Run, but we've begun now. We started.
It's not dinner time.
We did it.
I've woken up from my nap, and now it's time to eat magically. It is another week. We are a couple days late from recording. I guess I've been putting them out on Thursdays, so.
Yeah, I mean, as long as we get them
Out
within the
in the
week.
week.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
This is what I'm trying to do at this
Right.
point. But yeah, it's been a packed week for news. There's been a lot of rumors, and then we had one big thing. PlayStation had a state of play this week, and that was super packed. So we'll go over that.
Nice.
And then there's been a whole bunch of Xbox rumors, which is really what I wanted to kick it off of. It sounds like everything Xbox first party might be coming to like PlayStation and Switch and stuff. Like I feel it. What was it, like 2 or 3 weeks ago or so that we talked about Sea of Thieves and Hi-Fi Rush? I believe we touched on that. Then I was like, it's just a rumor right now. There's nothing confirmed. Well, it seems like next week there's going to be a huge Xbox meeting.
Yeah.
And they're going to talk about the future of Xbox.
Okay.
Whatever that means. And, yeah. And the scuttlebutt is like, hey, it's not just Sea of Thieves and Hi-Fi Rush. It's like Starfield and I'd imagine Forza as well.
That would be interesting.
And what that will mean. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know where the conversation is to go with that because I don't know what it exactly means. But a lot of the conversation is like, is this the end of the Xbox console itself?
You think so?
No.
You think they would just end it? And
No, I don't
I feel like
think
they're pretty in the race. I don't.
Right. I mean, they're definitely third by a long shot.
Yeah.
But
They still have their own community.
right. I wish we could do like a deep dive episode on like the Xbox Game Pass ecosystem and where it is now. Cause like they were thinking that 5% growth was gonna happen, and it didn't happen.
Yeah.
And that was like pre-pandemic numbers, and even post-pandemic, I think it's grown like 1% in total or something like that. I don't have any information in front of me because I wasn't planning on getting into that. But I don't know. The games cost a lot of money, and they just laid off a bunch of people.
Yeah.
And I think Xbox still has that dark cloud that people have been talking about. But I mean, they have games in the works, so I don't know. It feels like they still haven't gotten off on all of these Xbox purchases that they've been making, all of these different studios and stuff. I don't know. How do you feel about it? What would you feel like if this was the last Xbox?
I mean, if I started off with PlayStation and I've been planning on going back with my next system, so I'd be indifferent about it. The only reason why I got an Xbox to begin with is my friend was selling one really cheap and we were both really drunk.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'll buy it from you, and then I had one, you know?
Yeah.
I've always had a PlayStation since the first one. It's been the only console I've ever had. I've never had a Nintendo or anything else. So I I'd be okay. And I mean, ultimately, I plan on getting a PC and pretty much only playing that
Yeah.
eventually. But I would like, as a console, I'm going to go back to PlayStation with my next one.
I
So I don't care.
yeah.
I mean, it's nice to have some, like, you know, friendly competition or whatever, I guess.
Right.
But
We're very console agnostic here. We're not a console wars podcast, though.
yeah,
I mean, I could do, if you wanted to do 4 different podcasts and be like an Xbox podcast, a Nintendo podcast.
Yeah,
if
no,
you
that'd
wanted
be
to start doing
that'd be
that,
so long.
I'd be able to do it. I'd be able to come up with specific podcast things.
I mean, yeah, there definitely is stuff for each one, but that would be hours. That would be a whole day of podcasting.
Hey man, it could be a dream one day.
Yeah.
If this was the job.
If we
But-
let's get one going, and then we'll.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard enough to balance it with another job. But hey, if this was our job, that would be it.
Yeah, sure.
We
I'll
could do it.
podcast all day if it paid the bills. I'd fucking
Right.
wake up immediately, start talking into a microphone.
Yeah. But I've been seeing that, and, like, I don't know, these channels have been doing very well. But,
Yeah.
like, of course, like, all of the Xbox podcasts right now are like, is this the end of Xbox?
Right, yeah, the ones that-
Xbox is melting.
The ones that do solely Xbox content is gonna have yeah. What are they gonna do? I mean, I guess they could still talk about it for a while after they like kill it off, because there's still gonna be people playing the Xbox and stuff, but it'll dwindle, and they'll
Yeah.
have to move on to either another console or I don't know.
Right.
Maybe another console will jump into the mix, and we'll
Well,
get
like-
a whole new thing we've never heard of.
Even if the idea is that, okay, we get rid of the box and we're across all of these platforms, right?
Mm-hmm.
As Game Pass.
Oh, okay, that's what they're doing.
I think that would be the move. I still think Xbox would. I personally think that. I don't think that we'll lose out on an Xbox. I think there will be another Xbox after this one. I
Yeah.
don't know what it will be.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, they're inching closer to just PC towers, anyways. But I think the future of Xbox could be more of a Steam-like
Mm-hmm.
platform across all devices rather than.
Yeah, they could just jump into the PC game and make their own PC.
Well, they have. Yeah, I mean, it's what Microsoft.
Yeah, but I mean, like Alienware has one. You could have like an
right,
Xbox,
an Xbox
like,
branded
PC, you know, so that way they have all their Game Pass features right on the keyboard.
Yeah, I thought they were
Right.
gonna do that with phones or something like that.
Yeah.
But I think also the step is to get, like, of course, integrated into smart TVs and stuff like that too.
Mhm.
Because like cloud stream, that's the whole thing is like cloud streaming.
Right. Yeah, they're pretty big on that.
Right. The PC marketplace is definitely the biggest one. And that's been talks with like the Giant Bomb dudes with Grub talking about hey, if Valve, Gabe Newell's gonna have to retire at some point, and Microsoft is probably gonna be the one to swoop in and try to buy Steam, because
Right.
who's Steam going to go to?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody. Gabe Newell doesn't have a predecessor or an apprentice, somebody under his wing or anything, or any. I don't know if he has kids, but I doubt that's a business you could just hand down to your
Right.
children.
You can't just be like, all right, kids, take care of my.
You take care of the biggest PC marketplace ever.
Right.
No
problem.
Yeah. So, like, it would take a company buying Steam
Yeah.
for Gabe Newell to retire out like that. And Microsoft would probably be the one to do it. It would probably be in a few years. I just saw that the FTC is re-looking into the Microsoft Activision case because of them laying off 1,900 people last week. I know I said that we were going to do a deep dive episode on layoffs and stuff, but then PlayStation did a state of play, and then all of this weird Xbox stuff started happening,
Right.
and that kind of filled up the conversation. And there wasn't any big layoffs this week, thank God. But 2 weeks ago, Riot laid off a bunch of people, Twitch laid off a bunch of people, and Microsoft laid off a bunch of people. Twitch laid off 35% of its staff. I forgot the exact number of people. Riot laid off 11% of the staff. That was like 500 or so people.
Wow.
And then Microsoft laid off 1,900 employees across Xbox, Activision, Blizzard, and Bethesda. When Xbox bought Bethesda, there was almost no layoffs at all.
Right.
And this isn't saying to defend it at all. But when a company buys another company, there are redundancies. And I imagine a lot of that Microsoft, Activision, Blizzard, Bethesda thing was... Part of that was finally, chopping off some limbs that needed to be chopped off.
Mm-hmm.
And probably so, but, I mean, at the cost of people, of course, which is unfortunate. But those redundancies are there where, hey, Bethesda is ZeniMax, not just Bethesda. ZeniMax Studios, or ZeniMax is its own publishing warehouse. Xbox has publishing people,
right.
Bethesda has its own PR people. Xbox has that already.
Right.
Like...
Yeah, you only need so many of the same jobs.
Right.
No,
and same thing with Activision and Blizzard and all of these people. Like, all of... You take on all of these employees, right? But, like... once you already have, like... a core in place for your company, like, just filling it isn't going to help.
Right, yeah, you can only have so many. There's only a certain amount of people that can do every job to, like, a certain level of efficiency, and then after that, it just starts becoming inefficient again.
Right, and I think we saw...
So you're just paying people to sit there.
Right, exactly. I think a big part of that is that, I mean, it's fucked up, but the pandemic, everybody was making money hand over fist. So everybody was hiring. And all those jobs were work from home jobs.
Right.
And nobody was there to monitor people. Nobody was there to be like, hey, you're not putting out the output that you need to.
Right.
You're not doing the job we need to because these 3 other people are doing that job. Whatever it may be. We saw a lot of acquisitions and stuff. And then everybody starts coming back to the office, and all those seats start getting filled.
Right.
And then
it's like, do I want to buy more office space or...
Well, it's even that. It's just like you start seeing the weak links. You start seeing all of those people that were working from home.
Who's actually coming back to work,
and like
who's just taking advantage of the
paycheck, and riding
right
along.
I'm sure it eventually dwindled down to who the better of each category probably ended up staying, and then it was the loose ends, like you said, just the people that couldn't keep up with the people that weren't as good as the others.
Yeah, I'm sure there was a lot of that as well.
Yeah, it was just a lot of, like, you don't need 12 people to report one headline.
Right, you don't need 12 people to send out the same, like, business email about your upcoming game.
Right, there's only one
release.
telephone,
Yeah.
like,
yeah, exactly.
theoretically, right? Like, it's...
And I think that sucks, but I think the inflation of the video games industry is real, and that's why, like, all of these jobs are getting cut and everybody's scrambling to find jobs. But I think it's because the industry grew way too fast because of everything, and then nobody sat down to think about, like, what the outcome was.
Right. So
Like,
now there's going to be this big burst of, like, 400 small independent companies now
Right.
that everyone's being fired.
right. Like, Microsoft projecting 5% growth in 2019. And now we're sitting in 2024 with 1% growth. Like, who did those numbers, you
Yeah.
know? Like, who thought out that quick, you know? Like, I don't know, there's
Fire
a lot
that
of
guy, yeah, he should have been the first guy fired.
there's a lot of stuff that doesn't make sense. Like, I don't know, we've talked about Epic to death.
Mm-hmm.
Which they have news, I guess we can talk about right after, but Epic bought Harmonix, and they bought Bandcamp, and they bought a mall, all in the same year. They bought a vacant mall to build new offices and stuff like that. They bought Harmonix, the rock band team.
Yeah.
And then they bought Bandcamp, the music site. All within that same year. And then Bandcamp, they basically gutted, like, and tried selling off, or did sell off recently.
Wow.
We talked about that. I think that was like 4 months ago or so. And then apparently that mall, they didn't buy to, like, use the mall as a structure like everybody thought was happening. That mall is, like, completely demolished right now and is a vacant lot, and they have they still don't have any word on when those offices are coming, but that's like
weird.
a few $100 million project.
Huh. I mean, they might have found something wrong with the mall and had to destroy it, but that's funny that, like...
I think that was the plan the whole time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's weird. What a waste.
Yeah.
We're gonna buy this
Giant ass property.
giant property already built.
Yeah.
Would take very little... I mean, not very little, but... little to medium inside work.
Right, it would take some finesse rather than rebuilding the
Whole thing, right.
But
Like, you wouldn't have to worry about the weather if you're just doing interior design.
Right.
Now you have to, like, plan around everything,
Right.
to build the whole new thing.
and thank God they haven't, like, Harmonix. There hasn't been layoffs at Harmonix, but I mean, they just announced that they're ending support for Rock Band 4. I'm sure that DLC still makes money constantly.
Yeah.
They've been supporting it for so long, but the
I mean,
Fortnite Festival is really their only project right now. So
Yeah.
like,
I mean, it looks like it might be a pretty big one, though, so it could be...
right. I think it will make money for sure, but will it justify owning that whole studio still?
Right, true, yeah.
I don't know. Especially with Epic. But speaking of Epic and money, Disney announced that they are in collaboration with Epic in a $1.2 billion investment. We can watch the trailer real
Which is
quick.
nothing for them.
Yeah, I know, right? I know. It's so... Well, I mean... So, what, they bought Star Wars for $4 billion and Marvel for $4 billion. So they just invested a quarter of that in Epic.
Yeah.
What am I looking
Haha,
for?
Epic, you're not worth Star Wars money. Oh, you like that?
Disney games. Well, I mean, they're not buying Epic. They're just like investing. They're just like, hey, we really like Fortnite, so we're gonna do. We want Lego Fortnite, but for us.
This is like, how many different Disney universes do we need, like, in a game?
you got room. You don't need to like go all the way over. Lean in.
No, I'm just drilling.
No, okay. you want to lean in super
Lay
hard.
on your lap, then you give me a
Where magic is epic.
Oh, right, because they were already in it. They
Yeah.
already had characters and stuff, so they've been involved. They've had a pretty heavy hand in there.
Right. So they're basically announcing a Disney World in Epic. Is what-
So kind of like, so I mean, because this is like their third or fourth, like, they did that thing. The one that I'm playing right now, I can't remember what it's called. It's Disney
Dreamlight Valley.
Dreamlight Valley.
Right. I was thinking like, hey, what about if they just add Dreamlight
And-
Valley into this?
Right. But before Dreamlight Valley, there was something. It was some sort of Disney walk around and do stuff. I think you actually can go into the Disney park.
Oh, that was the Xbox game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can't remember what it's called.
I think that's just called Disney Universe or
Yeah.
Disney World.
Right, but you can like go in the park and the characters
Right.
like give you missions. You get signatures from them and shit.
You could go into Disneyland and play the Disneyland game.
Right.
On the Kinect.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
It's weird. Right. So there was that, and then they made, and I'm sure they made things before that, but then they did the Disney Dreamlight Valley, which is just meeting all the characters and hanging out in your own world.
Right.
And now, so what is this? Is this going to be like Kingdom Hearts, but without the fighting? You just go to their worlds and talk to
Yeah.
the characters, and they're all going to tell you to watch the newest Avatar that comes out in
I
3
don't-
months or something.
Well, I mean, we saw like Rocket League, but with the car stuff.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting because that exists
And, like,
already.
Right.
You can play as Lightning McQueen in Rocket League. I wonder if that was like them just showing that in an animated way, or if there's some sort of like Rocket League world or something.
What about if you could like watch competitions in the Disney World?
Oh, that'd be
I don't know.
interesting. Yeah.
Maybe. Because there was a lot of like rides and like the Disney castles there for sure.
Mhm.
Like they
But then
have
they
the
would-
different
They jumped from Star Wars to
Marvel
Marvel to
Pixar.
Avatar,
to Avatar.
and they showed those different worlds too. So is it like? Is it all? Can I fly my Star Wars spaceship into the Avatar? Can I like run into one of those birds? You know, like
Your Ekron.
how connected is this world?
Right. Yeah. I
Or is it
yeah.
just like separate biomes,
Yeah. And
separated by a loading screen or something?
the investment was announced yesterday, so who knows when we'll see the fruits of that labor.
Mm.
But, like, when was it? Like 2 years ago or something like that? When we first started the podcast, around that time, Disney did, like, their first ever E3-esque showcase.
Oh, really?
And they haven't done anything since that.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Besides just teaming up with other people for like,
Well-
was that when Dreamlight Valley came out?
I think Dreamlight Valley was announced there.
Yeah.
And then so was the racing one. The that's also out. I forgot, Speed Stars or
Oh
whatever.
yeah. It'd be like Monsters Inc. and stuff.
Yeah. What happened to that game? I feel like that game fell off real quick.
Yeah, well, I mean, you ain't gonna beat Mario Kart.
Yeah.
I was like,
And then they announced that other Black Panther game that's not the EA one.
mm-hmm. The one where you're like Black Panther, Captain America.
Yeah, and
from
World
like
War
back in
II.
time.
Yeah.
Never heard anything about that. Did
Not,
that ever
not
come out?
yet. No.
I was about to say,
Which is-
I've never even seen.
It's an Amy Hennig game, so like I feel like that's the story of all of her games.
Yeah.
She like is working on a project and then somehow it gets canceled or she gets fired from it. Like
Wow.
every single time since Uncharted 4.
How does she keep getting
Yeah.
permission to do stuff?
I know, right? It's insane.
That's funny.
I don't get it. I don't. Everybody's like, I'm so excited the new Amy Hennig game. I'm like, she hasn't made a game in over a decade.
What's her biggest game?
Uncharted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, but that was a while ago.
Yeah,
I don't think I'd be.
She was the director of 1, 2, and 3, I believe.
Really?
Or part of 3,
Wow.
and then she got fired midway through one of the
Was she
Uncharteds.
involved in the movie?
No.
That's crazy.
No, because that was much later. Naughty Dog. Neil Druckmann was the director of the 4th Uncharted
right. Yeah,
and
yeah,
all
yeah.
of that.
Still, you think he'd be
Right.
like, let's get the OG.
Yeah.
People
No.
in.
Neil is an auteur.
Mm.
But Amy Hennig is she hasn't completed a game in forever. The other game was Star Wars 1313.
Mm-hmm.
That got canceled
Nothing,
mid development. And now there was some other game in between those that she was working on that got canceled. That was another EA project. And now she's with Skyline, I think. It's the film company publishing it.
Oh, right.
Skydance, that's what it is.
Oh, yeah.
Skydance publishing it.
Huh.
And
So we'll
yeah,
see, I guess.
that was 2-3 years ago.
Yeah, because they didn't even
that
have.
was leaked.
They haven't even shown like actual game footage from that, have they?
No.
It was just that one title.
Right, we saw the weird CG reveal with the title,
Yeah.
and it was like their silhouettes.
Right, the silhouettes, and so you're like, who are the other two people?
Yeah. It was like all World War II memorabilia on a table for a little bit.
Yeah, I remember. I still remember because it was like the weirdest. Like I was like, it's like the least superhero game I need.
Yeah.
The last one I could ever. I don't know.
Yeah, Indiana. It was based off the tease that we saw for the Indiana Jones game. It was almost exactly beat for beat with the table and everything.
Oh, yeah,
seeing
yeah.
all the indie stuff, and then we've now seen Indiana Jones. So I don't know if we'll ever see this Amy Hennig game, but there's also another Black Panther game that EA is working on.
Yeah.
That.
Oh
leaked,
yeah,
and
we
then
talked about that.
Yeah,
There's
they
like 2 or 3 now.
Right. It leaked and they haven't shown anything about it, but they released in a tweet like, "Hey, we are working on a Black Panther game. Don't worry. Who knows when it'll come out?" Which is weird, but it is what it is. Still don't know what PlayStation is doing, but we know what a lot of third-party PlayStation is doing.
Yeah, because of their big thing.
Because of this right here.
The state of play.
A state of play. This is a big chunky one, full of stuff that we pretty much already know.
Yeah.
But there was a couple of surprising things in it. It's a good one. Yeah, I was surprised. But we'll go beat by beat. We don't need to see everything like this. We start off with like a commercial for Helldivers 2. Comes out next week. I feel like we've seen this 1,000 times. It's like quite this Valentine's Day. Yeah. It's like the 12th or 16th.
Not excited.
Yeah, no. It's whatever. And then the intro, you
The
got
studios and their
Herman
partners.
Hulse coming up.
We've also expanded PlayStation
You know,
Plus
it's
with new
important when you
features,
got
including PS5 game
somebody
streaming.
coming out.
And with PSVR 2 and PlayStation Portal, which released last November, we're committed to offering new and surprising ways for our audience to interact with their PS5. But none of this means anything without great games, like Helldivers 2, which kicks off a year of amazing experiences and diverse ways to play. Today, we're looking ahead to titles coming later this year and beyond, with extended gameplay and announcements we hope you find as exciting as we do here at PlayStation. Enjoy the show.
And then we get into the good shit. Stellar Blade was revealed, I don't know, a year ago or so. I think when we saw it, it was called Project Eve. And then they revealed Stellar Blade was the title a little later. But we get our first big deep dive.
Welcome to the world of Stellar Blade. The story begins on post-apocalyptic
You get a
Earth,
robot buddy.
where a mysterious enemy called the Natiba has forced the human race to flee to an off-world
It's
colony.
100% reminds me of the end.
Players will take control of Eve, a member
Everybody
of
was
the
like,
7th
oh, it's
Airborne
like Devil
Squad.
May Cry. And it's like,
Her mission
I'm
is to
like,
save
sure,
the planet
but
by
like,
defeating the Elder Natiba.
it's near. It's
All
not
we
even
must
like
do
trying to hide
is
it.
complete the mission. While most of the 7th Airborne Squad is lost during their descent from the colony, Eve soon meets 2 new companions. Adam, born on Earth, is in
This is the
pursuit of an
game
energy
also that
source called
everybody was like,
hypersonic.
oh, I hope it's the Parasite Eve
It's
sequel.
where the Alpha
I was
Natiba
also
is.
there.
So this
I was like,
must be
is it a
807.
Parasite Eve sequel? I don't think so. But that would be
Lily,
cool.
a member of the 5th Airborne Squad,
Because her
provides
name's
engineering
Eve.
support.
Lily Artemis
But
II.
It
Then
does not.
I can be your engineering support.
Very much not.
She puts her technical knowledge to use by upgrading Eve's equipment throughout the game.
Here. Done.
Something does feel different.
Double jump.
This is Zion, a city built underneath the
Just the
wasteland
near
by the
city.
last human survivors on Earth.
A whole city underneath the wasteland.
Eve is called Angel by the survivors and is an object of both awe and fear.
I'm not selling anything to you.
They'll seem a bit wary at first, but will gradually loosen up as Eve shows a commitment to rebuilding the city.
Hello, Angel. How are you?
I see we have guests.
I believe they
Can't
call
believe the angel is here.
The survivors will sometimes ask Eve for help.
They changed
Please
the
save
name
my younger sister.
because it was
Wait
they
right
were
here.
natives. Is what they named them.
Right.
And
Their
it was
requests
like
will often lead her to the wasteland and the Great
NATIP
Desert.
or something like that. And then people were like, "Yeah, that's not cool."
It's a little on the nose.
Yeah.
It's not,
This place has been overrun by
you weren't too
Natives
creative with that, were you?
So now it's Natibas.
and
You could've
malfunctioning
just
machines and robots.
Made up a whole new name.
I know, right?
You don't have to. I'm sure we could have figured it out.
Supply camp in a place like this.
You'll
Might as well
occasionally
call them
find supply
townies,
stations set up
too
by
easy.
previous airborne squads.
Like that.
At each camp, Eve can purchase various consumable items,
Hot one.
acquire new skills,
We are not a robot concern, I guess. We're eating food.
Yeah, right.
upgrade equipment, and more.
We don't need food for a
There's a
robot.
vending
She can
machine.
also take a
Sorry.
well-deserved break to restore her health.
Yeah, robots don't need breaks. Or
Or sleep.
Eve will often encounter people in need
Yeah, that weird.
and other
sleeping bag.
non-human beings who may need her help.
Request your assistance.
Whether to assist or ignore them is entirely up to the player. On her journey to defeat the Elder Natiba, Eve will sometimes encounter hostile survivors. Or
Oh shit! It's a cat with a pan for a
something worse.
That's crazy.
Big cat hand mouth.
Eve, what are you going to do after you defeat the Alpha Natiba?
It's a really pretty
All
game.
airborne
I'm
squad
excited for
members
it.
looks
exist
so
for one
nice. Yeah,
sole
it really
purpose.
You mean the extinction of all
Skip forward a
Natives?
little bit, but they do release the they give the release date at the end.
I'll kill through all time.
Except they made the T cross too long, so it looks like it says Stetar.
Yeah. Stetter.
Stutterblade.
April 26, 2024.
Blade.
I have a feeling it will
안녕하세요.
be delayed,
십 터의
but we'll see.
대표이자 게임의 디렉터인 김영태입니다.
Now we get this dude, he comes out, talks about how excited that he is for his game, and then we get this reveal of the new Sonic game.
Yeah.
And it's the new Sonic game is the old Sonic game with new Sonic game.
Yeah, it's good old Sonic. Why change? If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right, so this is a Sonic Generations remake. But they also added a whole new Shadow campaign.
No, we love that.
And Sonic Generations is one of the good Sonics. This might be a good Sonic, man.
No, absolutely. I mean, I love Sonic.
Really?
It's fun.
I like some of the Sonics. I like the good ones.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not one of those Sonic fans that are like, oh, Sonic, man. Sonic's so hot.
oh yeah, no, I'm not like that, but I'm you know, I enjoy a good Sonic.
Sonic Mania is definitely the benchmark, but I like Generations a lot. After that, we get a little update on the next Hoyoverse game, 770. We've seen this 1,000 times too. ZZZ or whatever. It's like they show Genshin Impact or Honkai Star Rail and then give like a 20-second teaser like this. And then it's like, oh, no date. I still don't think it has a date. I mean, it's a waifu game.
Right.
People are hyped on it. I think this will be real-time combat. Honkai Star Rail is turn-based, but Genshin Impact is real-time combat as well. Development for
Nice.
PS5. But yeah, no date on
Nothing. No gameplay.
that. That was gameplay.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Foam Stars. We're back.
Stars. February 6th. So, this comes to PlayStation Plus on February 6th. And then PlayStation First Party. I think they're First Party. I don't know if they own the team, but Helldivers comes out February 8th for $30 or whatever.
Oh, right.
What?
Why not both?
Yeah, why is Helldivers not your PlayStation Plus game?
They're really, for some reason, like, bent on hellbent even. About pushing that game for like money.
Yeah,
it's so weird, and it's like there's someone behind that game. Like, we need the money. Like,
right.
Avatars, like someone behind the camera with a gun. Like, make sure they don't forget, because they've started with it, right? And then that guy immediately after plugged in.
Yeah.
And didn't plug anything else. He was like, also don't forget that thing we just advertised.
He's like,
Helldivers.
February 8th, go buy it.
Like, that is weird. And now and then it is. It's a multiplayer game, but they're charging, but not Foam. When I feel Foam Stars is way cooler.
Right, which Foam
It should be the other way around. I would prefer, I'd buy Foam Stars over it.
Foam Stars is also third party as well. It's a Square game. This is Dave the Diver is coming.
Oh, yeah. So that, like, catch everything.
Yeah, Godzilla's coming to Dave the Diver as well.
Oh, it's like a DLC.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I don't know
Catch
what that.
Godzilla?
I don't know what it refers. I don't know if you're catching Godzilla or are you making sushi for Godzilla?
Yeah, it looked like he was about to fight something else.
Yeah.
That's crazy. What? I wonder who owns Godzilla. Like, how do you get into that? That's a pretty big.
It's like the Warner, right?
You can't just.
Yeah, it's like Warner Brothers or something.
You can't just be throwing that name around.
Well, there's that new movie coming out.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and especially with the new movie, like, how do they get into ties with that? Oh, this is cool.
Yeah, it's probably Warner Brothers. This is V Rising. V Rising's out. It's out on PC and X. It might be on Xbox. I know it's on PC for sure, but it's been in early access for a while. I think it's free to play. It's an action ARPG like Diablo, but it's a lot more on the.
But you can like build your own castle like this?
Yeah, it's like a survival ARPG.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. Not a roguelike? Everything's...
No.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It looks really nice. Really smooth.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've seen that one.
Like Valheim and Diablo mixed together.
Hi everyone, I'm Sean Benson.
Yeah, I don't know.
This next game is a result of a very close partnership with Konami,
I forgot this is
and marks the
PlayStation, so there's gonna
return
be a
of
lot
a
of games I
horror
can't play in
franchise
this.
that has been with us since the
Like I
original
said, my next
PlayStation.
console is gonna be...
Let's take a look at what's next for Silent
I mean,
Hill.
Kenya already has one, so I guess I could technically, but...
I plan on buying one like next week or so.
I just feel
Get bills
weird.
paid this week.
Oh yeah, I gotta do my taxes and see if I actually... I mean, probably won't make any money from taxes.
Probably do that too. But this is the big one. This is the one that everybody's excited for.
Maybe I can be like her. Here goes. Is this a dream? Who's there? What's with this place?
Cherry blossoms bloom within the grasp of death. What are
I
you
feel like
hiding
I don't need to
inside?
explain anything. I should just
Maya?
let her ride.
What the fuck? I'm sorry. Stop! Please! What did I do to deserve this?
Nice. That'd be cool.
It's free to play. And you can play it now.
Nice.
It was shadow dropped on the day.
こんにちは。サイレントヒルシリーズのプロデューサーを
Basically,
務め
it's
る岡本
PT.
元井
I
で
mean,
す
it's。not exactly
ご覧いただい
PT
たのは
because
サイレントヒルザ・ショートメッセージという全く
as a full
新しいサイレントヒルとなります。
But,
本作は本日この後プレイステーション5で無料配信いたします。
Yeah, you
コ
think
ナ
you're
ミが
gonna
送
go
る
around the same
現代
route
を
or
舞台にしたサイコロジカルホラーを
No.
ぜひ体
From what
験
I
して
know
くだ
about
さ
it,
い。
it's very much like
それでは最後にこち
a
らの映
story
像を
thing,
ご覧
but
く
it's
だ
like
さい
2。hours long, is what people were saying.
Nice.
Yeah.
But you think this is kind of like...
I think it's the start of that Silent Hill F game we saw. I think it's like the kickoff to that.
It does look similar. It has some similar...
Yeah, the flowers and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting, especially because it was shadow drop too. So they're like...
Right. I don't think Silent Hill F is close though. I still think we got like a year on that game.
Yeah. But this is like a good introduction to that.
Yeah.
That
This
would
Silent
look
Hill
cool. You said
2
it's
remake.
free to play, but... On what?
Just PS5.
Oh, okay. Oh, but I have a PS5.
This Silent Hill 2 remake. I like this trailer. A lot of people aren't hot on this trailer. Everybody was like, "Oh, it's too combat focused." I'm like, "It's the combat trailer."
Yeah. I
That's
mean,
my
it's
idea.
still showing you the game.
Right. And like I love Silent Hill, but like the combat is garbage. So if you're telling me the combat is going to be better in this game, then
That's
the
probably
original
what their
Silent
focus was. I'm sure you're not the only one who thought that.
Hill- Yeah, definitely. I would gladly take a Silent Hill 2 with better combat. Now the story stuff, I'm still very scared with the this game.
Why?
Because that's the medium people that they're rich people and this is a very beloved game that is very much its story is the thing.
Well, you don't think they'd edit the story?
I hope not.
Would they? They shouldn't.
Maybe.
That'd be weird if they did.
I think that was the initial thought but I think they have gotten such backlash that might not.
I was gonna say, because that's its thing. You shouldn't. Shouldn't even consider it.
Right. I think the gameplay being touched up is great, but at least that story.
That should be where it ends. Yeah, you shouldn't consider changing, like, that's like rewriting, masterpiece.
Yeah, but they could be rewriting it to fit their modern sound.
I guess that's true. If they were able to do that in like
You're the frog in a pot.
an appropriate way.
Right.
Sometimes that doesn't work out. Modernized stuff.
I'm really scared.
Is this the new Bioshock?
Whether you like it
made by people who made Bioshock.
Yeah, dude. So you called it. Did they say that? I don't know if they definitely say that at some point from the creator of Bioshock. This is the next game by Ken Levine. This is Judas. I believe we saw this at the Game Awards last year. Not this last one, the one before. They had announced this for 2025.
Looks crazy.
Yeah, this is very much just Bioshock. It's very much Ken Levine.
Yeah, it's very nuts. I wonder if there's any, is it the same universe? If there's any tie-in to it?
I have no clue, man. But I know that 2K is working on a Bioshock that is supposed to be taking place in Antarctica, is the rumor.
Oh, interesting. Because there's no reason for it not to be. Could be the same universe. It's like a side story or something.
Right. But I think Ken Levine doesn't have the cred for that anymore after Bioshock.
Its warmth, its energy.
We are in the VR section of
focus
your
portion now.
On your wife.
I don't really know better
No,
now.
me neither. This is for Kyle. If Kyle could play VR without it mentally destroying him, this would be. I'm into it though. I'm into this.
It looks super nice. Yeah.
This is an all new story. Set in the Metro universe.
Oh, nice. Very Metro-y, yeah.
Also, Kyle doesn't do well with horror, and this is very focused on the horror side of Metro.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. That's really cool though. They were they're expanding like that.
Right. Right. I feel like Metro Exodus was quite a bit ago too. In 2019, I think. So that's 5 years.
I like going from Metro to this beautiful crafted game to this.
Yeah.
These loose bones. Just
this is a game
ragdoll game. I love it.
Yeah. I mean, this game looks fun as hell.
No, absolutely.
But it's called Legendary Tales.
Just the difference between the two.
Right. Straight up fake Skyrim music. I like picking up a skeleton by its throat and then punching it in the face.
I like these typical VR games. They make you feel just so powerful. They do these silly things.
I'll add multiplayer too. Other stuff.
It's fucking shield. That's good.
Sick. I forgot what was next. Legendary Tales. Dragon's Dogma 2. We've seen this a lot. This comes out soon.
I knew you would come.
It's March 26th. I'm excited for it.
Make no mistake.
Yeah.
The dragon will appear before you.
It might be worth
when the time is come.
It's probably already too late for that.
Look out, Arisen! We're under
there's been like deep dives on gameplay for this game and stuff like that. It looks very much like that first game with like cleaned up.
Yeah. Even more.
Yeah.
But better. Yeah.
For sure. Like climbing up on top of an animal.
Yeah, because they're so huge.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Right.
That's such a underrated like skill that games don't take advantage of. Like really being able to jump on these huge characters and stuff.
Right. Like Zelda has that a little bit, but like even then it's like not just a normal enemy like this. It's like a huge dragon flying through the sky.
Hold fast to your strength of will.
This
Yeah.
is like this
Those who
ogre
can be of
I can
aid to
climb
you
on
will
top
reveal
of
themselves
Be able to
in
climb on
time.
any enemy, even if they're like the same size as them.
That'd be
Do a little graphic.
I don't know if you can piggyback yourself.
That'd be funny. Just jump on your shoulders.
Pretty fun. I'm excited.
That's nice. That's really nice.
Schemes will avail you not.
This one's coming to everything. Besides Switch, so it's not just PS5, but this
皆
next
さん
one
こんにちは。チーム忍者
they're
の安
going
田
to
で
show
す。
you from Team Ninja.
ライズ・オブ・ザ・ローニンは自由な
Rise
探
of the
索や
Ronin
幅広い戦闘を体験できるオープンワールドアクション RPG です。歴史上の人物たちと紡ぐ因縁によって物語が変化していきますので、ぜひ一人の浪人として皆様それぞれの幕末を体験してください。オープンワールドで描かれる幕末の世界をお楽しみください。
Team Ninja is the Neo people and the Wolong people. But this is that they showed Wolong and this game off at that same time. They're like, we're doing a Japanese version into the samurai era, and then we're doing a Chinese Dynasty Warriors one of these as well.
本作の舞台の一つ、横浜です。
This is closer
19世紀
to
幕末の時代、最初に国外に開かれた横浜では
Assassin's Creed, but a
和と洋が入り混じっ
I was just about to
た
say,
独特の
just
街
like
並みが
Assassin's
広がっています。 主人
It's
公
still-
は鍵縄を使
yeah,
って
it's still
屋根
very
の上に
much
登っ
like
たり
combat and stuff.
装置アビキルを使って高所から滑空し上空を移動することも可能です。
That's Assassin's Creed right there. For sure. The whistle for a...
攻撃やガードを駆使しながら敵の攻撃を石火で弾いて体勢を崩すことも可能です。敵の武器と相性のいい流派を選ぶと戦いを有利に進めることができます。
So this also comes out the same day as Dragon's Dogma. And also the same time as Princess Peach Showtime. That same day as Dragon's Dogma. Yeah.
Oh, those are different audiences.
For sure. Dragon's Dogma and this is probably pretty close.
Yeah, but not Princess Peach.
Yeah, Princess Peach Showtime will live on for longer than that.
Yeah.
戦闘では日本刀や長槍以外にも海外からもたらされた単銃などさまざまな武器が使用できます。発明家である伊賀七と因縁を深めるとさまざまなからくり装置を入手できます。鳥火砲は伊賀七が作ったからくりで現代の火炎放射器のような強力な遠隔武器です。鳥火砲や和洋折衷のアクションである銃剣など西洋の技術を生かした武器をうまく活用すれば強敵にも打ち勝つことができるのでぜひマスターしてください。 幕末を生きる人物たちと紡いだ因縁が物語に大きく影響します。ぜひライズ・オブ・ザ・ローニンで一人の浪人として運命を切り開いてください。
But yeah, that's pretty sick.
Definitely makes comboing a lot more. Like first, you can do so many more different ways and stuff.
Right.
And of course, then you can have like a only melee run.
Yeah.
Only gun run. Yeah.
That horse is super out of place.
That was weird, yeah.
Right. I said that, and then I've watched a few reactions of like, know the normal people I watch.
Right.
Nobody else said anything about the horse. And I was like, well, really? Nobody else catch that weird horse?
Look at that guy.
Like, you remind me of the Sekiro fight.
Yeah, that was a huge guy. Very, yeah, there's definitely like a lot of Sekiro elements. Assassin's Creed.
That's a Team Ninja fight right there. That's Ninja Gaiden.
Looks super nice, yeah.
I kept saying the 26th, the 22nd. This is kind of like a whatever announcement. They're remaking Until Dawn for the PS5.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I got leaked right before this, and then it was like, yeah. So the next big thing.
Jeez. They get really into this game, huh?
Yeah.
This is the rest of the. This is the rest of the thing.
Yeah, and you'll see why. I thought that shit was cool. Like, that's so fucking dope. Why did she have that? I was like, that'd be sick merch.
She's like,
That dude is George Miller, the director, for some reason.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Like how he had Guillermo del Toro in the first game, but it was only Guillermo del Toro's body. It wasn't his voice.
Yeah.
I think that's supposed to be also the case with George Miller.
Interesting. Ship.
Welcome to Drawbridge, Sam, and to the GHV Magellan, our mobile base of operations. Come on, I'll help you get your bearings.
But we're on that ship
This is
that
the
came
ship's
out of the
armory.
baby.
Here you can check your weapons and put them through their paces.
That's what it kind of implied a little bit.
I don't know.
These rooms over here
Everyone's
belong to
blue.
other members of the crew.
All of a sudden.
They're pretty much the same as yours. And the shower's down at the end.
This is one hell of a ship you got here. Courtesy of the UCA, I'm guessing.
No. As I told you, Drawbridge is a civilian outfit. But we do have a generous patron with access to plenty of capital and tech.
Sounds like a UCA big shot.
Don't ask me.
Oh my gosh, her hand mask
We've never met
does
face to
things.
They
That's
value their
crazy.
Seriously? No better than to believe that bullshit.
It tells people to just to flick people off. That's all I wanted to do. If I just had a necklace
It's the
that
same
flicked
deal
people
as
off
America.
like a man.
Right.
The people here
And
are
now
all
they're
spread
not
out.
blue.
And this
must have
Cut
been
off
the
from
lighting.
one another.
Fuck you up too.
We want you to help us bring the world together.
Oh man, look at that.
Sam,
cute
would you
little
mind if
puppet
I joined you?
Humor him. His knowledge and experience will probably come in handy
No, I
down
do
the
not
road.
want that thing.
Yes.
Ugh.
Really,
Gross.
Sam? Your buttocks?
We all.
What about shotgun?
It's Alan Wake as a
I
puppet.
prefer the driver's seat.
We do not need a sidekick in every game. I can figure things out with a quirky little thing dangling from my belt.
Movement.
Yeah, it's like in a different frame.
12 frames per
Yeah.
The problem is, not everybody wants to be part of the UCA.
That's not the plan, Sam.
You should get an
The
option
UCA isn't looking to expand its
destroy your
borders.
little partner whenever you want.
Just like with Mexico, they want to bring new regions into the network. Anyway, the GHV Magellan's here to back you up. As always, you'll be the one leading the way to expand the network.
What's your role in all this? You're the commander, huh?
That's right. These days I'm fragile in name only. You brought America together, helped it be reborn as the UCA. But I'm afraid Death Stranding is far from over. Humanity is still in danger.
Looks really nice.
Still on the brink of extinction. Don't act like you don't see it.
An extreme walking
A lot of
simulator.
things changed after you went off
It's
and
definitely
around,
pretty.
especially within the UCA.
The first one didn't.
Bridges no longer oversees the
The first one looked a
distribution
lot more
network.
boring.
They
This one
withdrew
looks like it
once
has
things
more
were up and
story
running.
to it.
So your friends and co-workers all went their separate ways.
Yeah, exactly. It's a lot more random.
Within
There's
network
like
coverage,
some
there's no need to rely on
appearance
the
of
reporters
depth.
anymore.
Yeah.
Whereas
So
like the
after I
first one was
closed up
like
shop,
you got a baby
I
on a
went and
book
started a
bag
new
and a
group.
bunch of boxes.
One that
You're like a
handles work in
space
regions
pizza man.
outside the UCA.
Yeah.
No, nothing.
We decided
else.
to call ourselves
But we got this famous guy
Drawbridge.
to be the.
With the support of the chiral network,
And they only
APAS,
showed like 3
humanity
characters.
will be free.
This
from
is
the
like
need to
a
move
whole
around.
cast.
Yes.
Bots are capable of handling delivery.
Yeah, they've really.
He's alive.
The first one was like
He called himself a
30
ghost, but
trailers of
Found
like
a way
The
back from
same
the
thing.
beach, just so they
yeah
could kill
things
us.
that didn't make any sense.
he said he
Not
came back
that
to
this
get
makes
revenge on you and me.
The red people. Oh no, the Joker.
Hey, brother. You missed me.
And he's also Troy Baker.
Yeah, I figured you'd pay this place
Oh
a
no,
visit.
it's the Crow.
Seeing as how I've been
It's
distributing
the Crow in the
fruits
future.
of this fine factory all over the continent. Some guns and violence, the whole damn world could be
Oh, no,
yours.
we got a cocky.
Same as it
guy.
ever was. Oh,
Is that a David?
looks like you decided to
Same as it ever was.
trade in that rope for a stick this go round.
Yeah, he's speaking and all. That's
But I suppose
the
even a
talking
porter
heads.
has
He's
to pull
speaking
the
of
trigger from time to
musicals.
time.
Oh, okay.
Oh, what about you? Hey, buddy. Are you just another soulless little husk, huh?
Let go of me! Pathetic guitarist. Where's the rest of your band?
No, Well, ain't that something? Was it you, Higgs? Huh? Was it you that killed Lou? You still don't know, do you?
Oh, and his weapon is a guitar. Wow. This game just gets crazy.
What about your dead baby for the first game was the mech?
Hey, is that what happens?
Yeah.
Wow.
How did we get there? I don't know. I didn't play that game.
This is cool. This is all scene. I don't even know why they're showing this part. They're like, we promise you have character development now.
Knowing Kojima, this is like 3 minutes of like a 4 hour.
You don't know a goddamn thing about Lou.
All right, Sam.
Yeah, right.
Let's see what we can find.
Oh, I don't like that. That reminds me of it.
If you want answers, you're gonna have to find them yourself. But the ones you do find,
Baby.
well, that pain you nurse will only get worse.
And it's too cold for that. What is the baby
Sam
doing
the
now? It's way
man.
too cold.
He's got a hat.
In the dark.
Oh, okay.
About everything.
Don't forget, coming on this expedition was meant to help you find the strength to carry on.
Death Stranding 2
And you have.
on the beach.
It's
We all
nice.
know you've got
We
this.
made it to the shore.
Now it's time to finish the journey, Sam.
All that walking, we finally found the ocean. Oh my gosh, that
Please
glove
understand, Sam.
licked its fingers. That's my favorite part of this whole game, are those gloves, dude.
We never meant to string
You don't
along.
need full arms, really. Just
At
2 more
Christmas,
hands.
We found her
That's-
inside.
Yeah. Right. That's crazy.
It was filled with a fluid that contained amino acids. One's identical in structure to the kind found in tar.
Especially because I could be smoking and playing video.
I'm sorry. There are amino acids in tar? As in proteins?
Of course. How else did you think that chiral creatures could emerge from it? Some have even theorized that the tar is
So they
a sort
finally
of
cleaned up the
primordial soup.
muddy.
I was there. I saw her home.
Mummy lady.
It was a hellhole.
I almost said tar girl. I don't think that's.
You see, after you left Bridges, I decided to do a little digging. Now, according to them, BB-28 was flagged for disposal.
No, this is
and
a
subsequently
movie
incinerated
show.
4 years ago.
This is a thing.
Long before you
I think
and
this
Lou
whole
first
trailer is
met.
9 minutes long.
Yeah, the game's like 30 hours long. Ellie Fanning, Troy Baker, Leah Sado. A lot of good names.
Yeah, that was just people in that trailer.
Just in the trailer, yeah. I mean, it'll probably be a game that I watch other people play.
Yeah,
Because it looks like very time
And now
consuming.
here with me
for not
today
a lot of
is visionary game creator and founder
reward.
of Kojima Productions.
You know, like probably a great
Kojima-san.
story, but I'd rather
Okay,
just
welcome.
enjoy someone playing
Today,
it, I think.
I'm excited to announce that
can't see
together,
one of his
as
games
part of the
without him
PlayStation
showing
and
his
Kojima
face.
Productions
Oh, yeah,
partnership,
so, I'll be
Hideo is
there.
going to take us on an exciting new
But this
adventure.
is important.
One that I've been encouraging him to reinvent for years.
はい、全く新しいオリジナルの IP になります、新世代のアクションエスピオナージゲームです、準備を始めてますけども、デストランディング2の後に本格的に小島プロダクションで制作にかかります、ソニーさんとは、ほぼ30年にわたりエスピオナージものを一緒に育ててきたという強い経験もあります、またソニーさんは、ゲームだけではなく音楽も映画もされています、間違いなく強力なコラボレーションになるはずです。さらに2年後には僕の、ゲーム制作人生の40周年を迎えます。このタイトルが、僕の集大成の作品になると。
From what I know, he understands
A
English
new
pretty
action
well.
espionage game by Hideo Kojima. This is one of my favorite genres, one that I've been hoping you would revisit with a bold new vision. Can you share
It's like
anything
Miyamoto.
else about this new
Miyamoto
development?
speaks like perfect
ですね、まだ詳しくは言えませんけども、最先端のテクノロジーと、世界中の才能を集結して作る予定です、もちろんインタラクティブなゲームなんですけども、ルック、物語、テーマ、キャスト、演技、ファッション、サウンド、どれをとっても、同時に映画でもあるようなものです、本作で、映画とゲームの壁を越えたいと思っています。
We're all really excited about this project, and we will fully support you
Right,
with
'cause
the
we know
latest
his horror
innovations
game.
Sony has to offer.
Yeah, because he's working on
More
that
details to come.
OD.
Jordan Peele game too, right?
Yeah, OD. So basically what he just announced is the next Metal Gear, but that it's not Metal Gear.
Yeah, he said it's a new title.
Yeah, it's called Visit.
But so he has a new action game coming out and a new horror game coming out. This guy's crazy. Visit. Oh, is that what we were supposed to catch?
Yeah.
How are you supposed to know that if you didn't know?
Yeah, I didn't catch it at all. I was like, what the fuck
Before
is
we go,
Visit?
I have
Right.
one final
And I
announcement.
was like, oh, that's the
State
name
of
of the
Play will
game.
return
smart.
February 6th with an
That's what
extensive
they
look at
used to
Final
announce
Fantasy
that
VII
what's
Rebirth.
working on the lot
Square
at
Enix
that
will be
time.
sharing
They'll
new
put, like, the
gameplay
new
details,
stuff.
along with
okay.
exciting
Because
news
it's
you
supposed to be
won't
a
want to
movie and a
miss.
game.
We
Yeah.
hope you enjoyed this show.
So they did
See you
this
soon.
Final Fantasy State of Play that happened. I don't watch that because that's full of spoilers.
Yeah, and it's just more Final Fantasy stuff.
Yeah, we know that
Might
game.
as well just play the game.
Right, that game comes out in like 2 or 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, what do you think of that? Are you excited for PlayStation this year? I feel like we saw a lot.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah. We saw a handful of stuff that was super early in the year, and then we saw a lot of stuff that is not close at all.
I'm definitely going to go home and probably play, because you said that Silent Hill game's only a couple hours long.
Yeah, and it's free.
Yeah, so I might actually just go home and play that today.
Yeah.
No lie, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Just try to pound through it really quick. If it's only a couple hours, it'll probably only take me a few hours.
Right.
You know, maybe 1 more hour than usual.
All right.
Depending on how scared I am, you know?
Yeah.
But that'd be cool. Yeah, and I mean, I love a good little short horror game like that, and then...
Yeah, I don't know the extent of it either. I don't know if there's like multiple endings and like the hidden stuff that's in there.
That show had just dropped. Nobody knows anything yet.
Yeah, I mean, it's been probably about a week-ish. A week on the day. But like, it took people a year or so to figure out everything in PT.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's still stuff I'm sure people haven't figured out yet in PT.
Right.
But that was Kojima. And that was a different style of Silent Hill.
Right.
So who knows? But I was definitely excited for that.
Yeah.
Rise of the Ronin. I'm really excited for. It's a bummer that it's coming out the same day as Dragon's Dogma.
Right. It looks cool though. It looks really nice.
Judas is cool, but like the game's so far away. When they announced it, they said 2025, and that was over a year ago now. So like, it's like, what? Why are we saying this again? You know?
There was a lot of like repeats.
Yeah.
I guess I expected a lot more new stuff too, but
I think that Silent Hill, the short message was the only new thing in that whole stretch. We saw everything else we've seen.
I don't think I've seen that V game, whatever that
V
was.
Rising? Well, that's been out for like 2 years.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen anything about it before.
Yeah.
But besides that, that was new to me. But
That's
everything
been out
else...
in early access for a while.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Everything else, though, yeah, you're right. It's all been seen... And it wasn't even necessarily all updates either. Some of it was
right. Some of it was just like, hey, remember this game? Well, remember it for longer.
Right, yeah. Remember it again.
Yeah.
Don't forget.
But
Did Helldivers 2.
Yeah. Helldivers 2. Today? I think that's today.
I think that's what you said.
The 8th? No, or that's tomorrow.
It was...
Friday. Friday's the 8th, right? Today's the 7th.
Today's the 8th.
Oh. So today. Came out today as of recording.
Yeah, so you better already be playing it. By the time you watch this, you better have put hours into that game.
Yeah.
Or else PlayStation will find you.
I wonder what the score is that what people are saying. Speaking of people saying scores about games, Suicide Squad came out last week.
It's out.
Last I checked, it was at a Metacritic of 62.
Wow.
Yeah.
No surprise, really.
That's a rough one, and
Yeah.
I've probably seen about 9 hours of gameplay.
Yeah.
Sure, the gameplay is kind of like whatever, Destiny and stuff,
Mhm.
but I'm surprised by the quality of writing in it, and like, it's a fucking funny game, dude.
It's funny? Yeah.
It's super funny.
That's good.
There's a lot of laughs, and they're constantly fucking talking. Like,
Yeah.
all the time, just non-stop bullshit.
They're supposed to be. I mean, that's good, because that's what they're supposed to be. They're all supposed to be, like, mouthy,
Yeah.
villainy people.
Yeah, and even like some of the stuff that are reoccurring jokes still feel fresh in the way that they say them. Like it'll be like this same style of joke, but like because it's towards a different person, it might be worded a different way.
Right.
Or like because and it'll be like, oh, I worded it this one way because I'm talking to Captain Boomerang and we're up in the middle, like mid jump, but like. Now we're at ground level and we're both shooting back to back. So now I have something different to say, but it's the same style of joke.
Right.
Like there's a lot
That's
of
dope,
like
though.
variety in that.
That's good.
I don't know where 7 years of development into this game went.
Yeah, really?
Where the fuck did that time go?
That's funny.
Where it doesn't make any sense.
Mm.
Where did 7 years of development go? This is the people that made Arkham Knight. It was like Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, and Arkham Knight in less than that time frame. And then somehow they made this game in 7+ years. And it's like half the size of all of those games. And the quality. Like, the action looks fine. Like, I haven't played hands-on, like, but the Destiny actions shit, it looks fine to play. It just looks dumb.
Yeah.
And repetitive, and I don't know if it. From what I've heard, it's only like 10 hours long, so you can't really get burnout on it because it doesn't stay there long enough.
Right. That's also crazy. Like, imagine 7 years to make a 10-hour game.
Yeah.
And it's like most superhero, Spider-Man, like superhero games, it's half the game is for you to. I mean, I guess it's different because this is villains, but I feel like don't you want to explore? Like, isn't there other stuff?
Right, and they delayed this. This game was supposed to come out last year.
Mm-hmm.
like last August or something. Why the fuck why did you delay this?
Yeah, why not? Just go ahead and put it out.
Yeah. I don't understand. Like, all of these studios getting gutted and shit, making amazing games and stuff like that. Like, right after they released a beautiful, like... There's been just so many layoffs over the last, like, year or so. This sucks. Like,
yeah.
What the fuck? Where did this money go?
Yeah.
I
wasn't.
The management.
I wasn't expecting it to be good.
No, nobody was. And, like, a lot of the leads in the management that we would be complaining about left over a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, this is, like, even higher than management. Like, somebody at the top is fucking up where this money is going.
Yeah.
Because it feels like somebody, I don't know, like, embezzlement. It's like, where, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
It doesn't, it's like, we heard how much Spider-Man 2 cost, like, $350 million, and it's like, how the fuck are you spending this amount of money and taking this amount
unless
of time
like
on
the
games?
inflation of like title ownership is gone, like, oh yeah, you want to make a game with all these superhero names, we're gonna charge you even more now or something. But,
right, but like Warner Brothers owns.
Yeah, and even then, like, why would it cost that much? It's still like, that's crazy. But
Warner Brother owns Rocksteady, and they own Batman and all of these.
That's true.
Like,
yeah,
there is no licensing there. It's just weird. It's just like, I don't know.
Like, what were they doing for that long, really?
Right, like they had enough time, I would say, to turn this game around since Gotham Knights released.
Mm.
And
That's
like that
true,
was another 4-player co-op shit show.
Right, they definitely could have took notes from that.
And like, I don't know where the hell all of the time and development costs and the resources went to, because there's like maybe the half of a length of a game that I would expect from that length.
Yeah, and I'm just looking at it, from what I've seen, it looks like a game that could have come out a few years ago.
Right, Red Dead 2 took that long to develop.
Mm-hmm.
Like, sure, Rockstar is thousands of people big, and they have multiple studios working on the same game.
Mm-hmm.
But to put that in perspective, Red Dead 2 took 7 years to make.
Mm-hmm.
And Suicide Squad was the same amount of time.
Right. For not even a fraction of the game.
Right. Probably
Red
the
Dead
same
is...
amount of costs, though.
Yeah, right. Probably.
Yeah.
Very
Like,
true.
I don't get it. I don't get it. But hopefully you've been playing good games. What have you been playing, Patrick?
Are we there?
We've been playing. I know we usually.
I've been
start
playing
the show.
everything, to be honest. I went down my list of games and just started like playing them.
Yeah.
Like just a few minutes of each one, not like anything crazy. Just trying to like remember what I have. I was having this just like, oh man, I have so many games, I never play any of them. You know, I just play the same 3 games. Like, let's kind of roll down my library really quick.
All right. Go through the backlog.
Yeah, just kind of see like, do I even want this on my thing anymore? I could find room for something else.
Yeah, I need to do that too.
Just something because I was downloading Persona 3.
Yeah, which that's not a huge game, but
so I was like, I'll play a little. Yeah, no, it's not very big. But I was downloading that, and then Power World kept crashing on me, so I was like, I might have to just put this one on the back burner until it gets patched up a little bit.
Right.
Because it's almost not worth playing now.
Yeah, that's what I've heard about the Xbox version. It's just constantly shitting the bed on people.
Like, I basically can't go into a dungeon at all.
Yeah.
Without it crashing, and then if I like explore too far, sometimes it'll crash.
That's a bummer.
Yeah, and it's fun. Like, if I stay close and stuff, but you can only get so much done. And now I just have so many little monsters doing stuff for me that I think that alone,
it's trying to load all of that.
Keep track of all the little microtransactions that are happening amongst all the characters, and I think it's just
too many systems.
Too much right now, which is fine. I mean, I got the feel for it. I can wait or whatever. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not that big a deal. It's not like they have like an official ending for it. I don't think.
Right.
I think you just kind of go until.
Yeah, I think right now the level cap is 50.
And then that's it. I don't think there's like a credit roll type thing.
Not
So it's
yet.
like, so much is going to change by the time that's like an official game. You know what I mean? So
they still haven't added like all the gym leaders yet. Or anything.
like it's still called Game Preview on the Game Pass. So like I'm not even.
I think on PC it says it's an alpha.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So like, not too worried about that one. And then what else? Liza P. I've been playing a little bit.
Yeah, where you at now?
I did only a little bit further than last time. I don't even remember fully. And then I played Persona 3. I played all the other games I played were just like smaller stuff. I can't remember the names, like Autonauts, stuff like that. Like a lot of little games.
Nice.
You know, nothing crazy.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, that's it.
I only played a handful of things, not really much. But I put like 4 or 5 hours into RE2. I'm still trying to. I want to finish that. I think I'm almost at the end of the Leon A story. And then you do like Leon A, Claire B, and then Claire A and Leon B is like kind of like how you're supposed to do those story chunks.
Right.
So ideally I'll get through that maybe by the next time we talk. But I put probably 9 hours in a Persona 3 Reload.
Nice.
I like it. It's not my favorite Persona.
No.
Probably not even close to
Not
5.
really.
Like I really like 5 Royal especially. But it's fun. I don't know. There's like it has some of the quality of life things as 5, but like I feel like the days in 5 that you spend in 5 are just so much. There's so much more going on, and like it's so much more like poppy and stuff like that. And Persona 3 is just very chill and melancholic.
I feel like it's kind of supposed to be like semi-depressing though, to fit the theme a little bit. You
Right.
know?
Yeah, it's very. I mean, you're shooting yourself in the head.
Right. It's very
all
like
the time.
Like, to a point.
Persona 5 is
not dull,
just good
but
vibes.
just-
Right. It's just bleak.
Yeah, bleak. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. There's just everything is whatever kind of feel to the game.
Right.
There's some humor to it. The music's really good. I love the color palette because blue is my favorite color. It's a very blue game.
Very blue, yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It's definitely lacking something that 5 has, and it just makes me want to go back and play 5.
Well, this is the first Persona I've played, so I can't.
Yeah, it's a good Persona. It's not saying that it's bad or anything like that.
Yeah, I can't. I just won't be able to give you any comparisons until I play the other ones. But I figured as my first Persona, it'd be a good one to get into.
Have you gotten a Tartarus or anything yet?
I just started. That's what I was doing this morning. That's why I was late, because once you start it, you have to do all the tutorial stuff inside, and you
Right.
can't just save in the middle of it, so you have to wait until a lot of talking and explaining, and I was like, I'm still in this stage of the game where...
Yeah, once you find your first teleporter and you can go back down to the bottom level, you
Right.
save there.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I did. I saved and immediately was like, alright, gotta go.
You don't have to do all the levels of Tartarus right away. I know that's a mistake that some people make, where like it allows you to do like the first 28 levels of Tartarus first.
Oh wow.
Until it gives you like your first roadblock, and you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
When you feel like you're low on SP and HP, you should probably like kick it and go get some things from town.
Yeah.
But like other than that, like It's a good Persona, and it's like just solid all around.
It's fun. I really love the the anime scenes, like the the story itself looks like it's going to get really interesting. Obviously very dark.
Right.
Can't even believe they were able to turn this into a game without bad effects in the real world. But the fact that it's
right,
is crazy.
I don't remember when this came out. This might have been PS1, I think.
Yeah.
Persona.
Wow, is it that old?
3.
That's crazy. I've never even heard of Persona.
I know it's 2006. It was PS2. 2006. And then it didn't come to North America until 2007.
Wow.
But yeah, so this was the same year as Kingdom Hearts 2.
Wow.
I think. Would have been that time frame. Yeah, definitely a different time period, but not that long ago.
Yeah, that's crazy though.
Yeah, and then they did the PS the portable version a little like a year later from that.
Yeah.
This is the 4th version of this game, I think. Maybe it's the 3rd version. There's the what people call the Fez edition, which I believe is the original. Maybe I have that wrong, but there's like a whole storyline that's not in this game. The idea of your male character being silent is kind of like the thing of this game where like there's also supposed to be a female equivalent, and they both have different stories that work differently. So the female storyline is not in Reload at all.
Oh, interesting.
It's just the male storyline. They cut out all of that. I'm pretty sure it's also not in Portable as well.
Huh.
Then Portable gets rid of like the town map shit. Or not the town map stuff, but like the town stuff. Like you just fast travel to areas. Instead of walking around, it like streamlines a lot of that stuff. Because it's a portable version.
Right.
And then now you have this version, which is like a whole new ground up remake, brand new visuals in the style 5. And I don't know. I think it's still definitely the best version of this game, but I still feel like maybe having the girl storyline would have probably.
Yeah, why would they have taken that out? I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they did like a poll with Portable and were like, more people go to the male path versus the female. So
yeah,
we're
but there still should be the option for multiple endings or whatever,
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how long this remake took. This is a game where I could see like this. These studios do spend a long time on games. Like their Metaphor Refantasio or whatever, which is the actual Persona 5 team. That's been like 6 years or so.
Maybe they'll just drop her like storyline in like a few weeks or a month or two or something, like
maybe they'll do like a Persona Reload Plus or something,
right,
and have that, because they do that. I mean, every single one of the Persona games has a sequel to version that adds like a whole new storyline or whatever,
dual wielding or something, like a cute name for it.
Yeah, who knows? That would be cool.
That'd be cool. Yeah, because I would have probably. I mean, I definitely would have played both.
Yeah.
But I might have even chose the girl first, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, because of the nature of the game, like, I'm in this weird spot where, like, being 9 hours in, I'm nowhere near out of the tutorial or anything like that. The game really has not opened up yet, and I know it's not going to open up for, like, another 15 hours.
How long is the game?
These games are like a couple 100 hours, dude.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I really
These
thought
are
I was
long
like
games.
making progress this morning.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Oh man.
Persona.
That's so funny.
Persona 5 to complete without like doing all the side stuff is like 160
And I do so much side stuff too. Like
Yeah.
I get so distracted with side stuff.
Yeah.
And I've been like purposely like, all right, we're not gonna go explore everything right now.
Yeah. If you want to like
Jeez, it
max
doesn't
all
matter.
the social links and
Right.
stuff like that in this game, it's gonna be like 300 plus hours.
That's what the guy. Yeah, that's what that thing was saying. He's like, you gotta talk to people if you want to buff up your. And I'm like, oh man.
Yeah, yeah. So the way the games work is that like the daily structure of things is constantly moving things.
Right.
So you kind of have to like divide your time up to like, oh, I want to be more smart. Or I want to do
Right.
certain thing. I want to be closer to that certain person. It's okay not to do everything. I know some people like really care about maxing out social links the first go around.
Yeah.
You really don't have to.
Yeah.
To enjoy this game, to enjoy any of these games, but I get it. But that's how these games turn into 300 plus hours long, because they're already 150 plus hours.
Wow.
I can look up how long they're beat right now. The Persona 3 might be shorter than 5. 5 is pretty long.
The cool thing I like about it though is that you can play it in chunks.
Yes, it being daily broken
So
up.
so it's gonna become one of those games where I can like put it on, play a little bit, and then switch it over to something else when my ADHD kicks in, and I'm like, oh, gotta do something new now.
Main story is 57 hours. And then main plus sides for this game is 71 hours. So since they took out the girl version.
Oh, right. That's a whole, that's all
half
half of the game, right?
But let's see, Persona.
Yeah, because that would change a lot of the dynamics between characters and stuff too.
Yeah.
And all the animated scenes and stuff.
Right.
That is true. There is a lot to change.
Persona 5 Royal is 101 hours. Completionist is 143 hours. Yeah. So
Yeah,
it's about
'cause-
half the size of Persona 5.
Wow. That's still a lot, though.
Right. And then, like, it's like Yakuza as well. I mean, I feel bad for people who are trying to beat Yakuza, the Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth.
Yeah.
So those games are long as hell, too.
Yeah.
Honestly, I got 40 hours in a Like a Dragon, Yakuza 7, and I wasn't even halfway through that game.
Wow.
It was not even close.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, I'll pick it up one day again. I haven't gone back.
Mm-hmm.
That might happen with this game as well, just because it's like, I don't know. I feel like the game will turn at some point, so putting 2 hours here and then coming back a few days later and 2 hours there until it opens up, maybe the way to go. But as of right now, I'm kind of like in this like, I want to get to that point, but like I know it's gonna take a lot to get to that point.
Yeah.
And it's not like I don't enjoy like the lead up to it. It's
Mhm.
just like I want to be there already. I've already put in this much effort into it.
Yeah. Well, fortunately for me, I don't even know the story or anything, so I'm able to at least get that experience as well with it.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't know if I could play this game again like you are.
Yeah.
Knowing most of what is gonna happen already, even if it does look different, you know.
Right.
Because I'm very like story games. It's just so hard for me to play again when there isn't a chance to make it change or whatever.
Yeah.
Like if there is a chance to change the ending or whatever, sure, maybe I'll stick with it. But a lot of times it's like so much the same that I can't.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's.
I've never beaten 3 or 4.
Oh, word.
So like there is still something at the end of the stick for me.
So there's a point eventually you'll get to where it'll become like fresh again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well, that's
like
cool.
it being all dressed up and stuff is fresh. Like, I mean, for Tartarus being as boring as it is, like, it still looks new. It looks a lot better than what it used to.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. But, like, outside of the dungeon, like, everything's all prettied up, and it's really cool being in that world.
Yeah.
I just know that these games do eventually reach, like, there's definitely a build up to, like, where this game will kick off.
Yeah.
And we still haven't gotten there yet.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's like, I know I could be, like, right there if I mainline it, but also I don't want to mainline it.
Right.
Because I want to do the social link shit.
Right,
and, like,
exactly. You want to experience everything that there is. And,
right.
Same, yeah. I don't want to...
I'm part of the student council now, so I have, like, responsibilities and shit.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
You've already done too much.
Yeah, I know.
You're already playing more than
Crazy.
one game now, yeah.
Yeah, that's all I've been playing. Nothing else. Persona 3 is really, like, the big time sink, and then getting through RE2 for the channel.
I started playing that game that you always recommend me to play and I never play it. The one where you walk in sideways. It's like a short game, kind of deep. Subliminal? No.
Inside?
Inside, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Hell yeah. That's a really short game.
Yeah, I started it. And
like, that's
and then I got stuck and frustrated, so I just went to
that's
another
a game 100% pull up a guide. Just, if you get stuck, pull up a guide. It's 4 hours long. It's not even worth, like, trying.
Oh, really? Is it that short?
Yeah.
I got to this one point and I kept doing it and it was aggravating, so I was like, I'll come back. I switched it.
Yeah, it'll probably be it's probably like you just need to grab on an object that you're not realizing you can grab onto. Like, there's a lot of that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because there's no direction.
There's no direction.
Which I kind of like that because it's very, real life where it's just like figure it out or you die.
Right.
And those honestly are some of my favorite games, like where it's like,
yeah,
figure it out, and then that kind of tells me like, well, I'd be dead right now in real life. Like, if this happened to me, it kind of, it's nice.
Yeah, if you'd order yourself a pizza and beat that game tonight. Like,
yeah, really.
You could probably go home and beat that game.
I think I remember you telling me it was pretty short, so that's kind of why I hopped on to it. I was like, I'll beat this in between my, like, while a game's loading up or something, and then I just got to this point, and I was like, this is aggravating.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of...
So I will come back.
A lot of it's, like, all the puzzles are right in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's super, like, once you get it, you're like, oh, okay.
It's probably, it's one of those puzzles that, like, the answer, they give you, like, an obvious answer, and it's not that. It's something you have to, like...
That I wish I could remember, but it's been, like,
think a little bit more about.
Yeah.
Because there's been, like, one or two other things that I've come across where it looks like it's going to be one thing, and then after you beat it, it's like, oh, this was, like, a red herring.
Yeah,
whatever.
misdirect.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's definitely a few of those. I wish I could remember exact moments, like, on how to solve them.
I'll probably, like,
it's been, like, 3
I'll
years.
probably end up, like, screenshotting it to you later. Like,
yeah.
When I get back home, I'll take a picture, like, what do I do? I mean, I don't mind looking up tutorials, but, like, it depends. It depends on how aggravating it is and how easy it's been up to this point. Like, if it's been non-stop aggravating, I'm like, all right, it isn't going to get any easier.
Right.
Let's get a guide. But, like, if I've been pretty nice up to this point, and it's just one puzzle,
yeah,
I'm like, come on.
I mean, you've played Little Nightmares. It's Little Nightmares, like that style of game all the way through. And I think Little Nightmares has more difficult puzzles than Inside does. So I think you should be able to get it once you get home.
I liked some of them too. Like, there's this one where, like, these dogs are chasing you, and you have to, like, rip this fence out, but then also run back to the fence so the dogs don't eat you.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's a puzzle until you figure it out, and then it's just fear.
Yeah.
Right? It's just like literal fear. Like, you're like, come on, yank that board out, because there's no like strength, or like it doesn't depend on how fast you press the button. Like, you don't have any idea how long that board is going to be attached. you're just like, it's all like,
Yeah.
hopefully before the dogs come, you know, and then you just have to run back. And then they have no mercy on killing you. They just rip you apart. Did you play that game? It came out on PlayStation 1, maybe PlayStation 2. I was just watching a preview of it. I can't remember. But you're like this boy, and there's like these like dark shadow creatures that are everywhere. And they'll like literally like rip you to pieces if you run into them.
That's the same studio.
Oh, do you remember the name of it?
It's Limbo. It's 360 era.
That came out forever ago.
Yeah,
I remember being a kid and watching my uncle play that at night.
Yeah, that's the same developer. It's
wow.
Playdead is the name of the studio.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought of when I started playing that game. Like when the first thing killed me, I was like, instant flashbacks to that game. Like I was like, yeah, they don't give a fuck. This kid is dead.
Yeah.
This kid is. There's spikes getting through this guy. Like there was no.
Right. Yeah. So Playdead doesn't exist anymore. They broke up. It was like I think it's only 2 or 3 people in that studio.
Wow.
They made Limbo and Inside, and then broke up shortly after. They have since the two halves that broke apart have since released games. The Cocoon that we saw last year, the ball instead of a ball game. That was one of them, and then the other one was Somerville, which is on Game Pass as well. It's basically one of these, but it's set in like alien suburbia. Suburbia during alien invasion. I don't think it definitely has horror elements, but it's not as graphic and brutal as Limbo and Inside are.
Right.
Because Limbo is a hard M-rated game. I think Limbo is rated teen, but like there's some gore in that game. I was surprised for especially being a child. It was just like, the dog's just gnawing into your neck, and the blood spurts everywhere, and you just get dragged away.
No sympathy.
There's so much of that shit. Or like you get sucked into a fan and spat back out the other end and stuff like that. Inside's cool. That's a game where like it's been 3 years since I've played it last, and it sticks with you. I don't know. It's definitely a game that like for a game with no dialogue and stuff like that. Like there's some very poignant moments in it. I think it's definitely like everybody who enjoys games. That's definitely a game that should be played.
Yeah.
Limbo as well. I think Limbo is up there as well. I think Inside is better than Limbo, and the way it controls and the way it conveys puzzles. I think Limbo, it being 2 shades of color, kind of fucks with like the ability to see certain things. Like it really fucks with you. But it knows that it's doing that. Inside tries really hard to telegraph what it wants you to do in its own way. It might be very faint, but it could be like the only thing that's lit up in the room or something like that.
Yeah.
They do a lot of that stuff where like a tiny little sparkle is shining off the object you need to go touch. Stuff like that. And then it's cool puzzles. Like there's a puzzle that you have like a bunch of little baby chicks with you, and then you need to suck them up into a vacuum that spits them out on top, and then the baby chicks need to like push this hay bale down, and then you need to take the hay bale to move it so you can move the baby chicks into a different part of the room. And
nice.
Yeah.
That's a cute one.
Yeah, it's a good puzzle. There's some good stuff in that game, and like Little Nightmares, there's no dialogue in it, so it tells its story in a very well written way without having to write it out. Right. It's a good way to put it. That's exciting. We'll have to talk about that next week because you'll probably have beaten it by that point.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I think that's a podcast. I don't really have anything else game wise. I wish I did. I wish I had something else that I was playing, but Persona 3 was like the last time I played Persona 3, it was like, should I be playing this? Yeah, that's okay. Let's play more of this and get into something else later. Yeah. Well, that's that.
Yeah, I think that's it.
It's been a good one.
It's all the game words.
It's been a long one. I know this was supposed to be like the layoff episode. We did talk about it a little bit, but thank God there wasn't any more layoffs this week because it just seemed like everything's stacking and stacking. But who knows about the weeks to come?
Yeah, right. Could get worse. Could get better.
Yeah, but
hopefully better.
Yeah, but games are coming out. Good games are coming out.
Mm-hmm.
So see you next week. It's been fun, guys. It's been real. Peace out, Cubs Scout.
See ya.
Bye.
Ta-ta.